bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Alright, so The Mandalorian and Grogu is finally out, and this is going to be my spoiler-free review of the movie. So let's get into it.
I'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
Also, check out this helmet. It's pretty awesome. It's really shiny. Alright, so after 7 long years of waiting for a new Star Wars film, the new Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu film is finally out, and fans are really mad. A good portion of them at least. I, on the other hand, really enjoyed it. Now, will I say it's the best Star Wars film there is? Not really, because I also kind of understood where all the frustration was coming from. Like halfway through the movie, I was literally thinking to myself, man, they really did just say, let's turn season 4 into a movie and put it on the big screen and hope for the best. There's a lot of good in this film and a lot of bad. For me personally, the good outweighed the bad, and I know that it's very different for a lot of fans right now after waiting 7 years for a Star Wars film. I will say I agree with them. This doesn't feel like a Star Wars film. It just feels like a Mandalorian special that got put on the big screen. And the sad part is, it also isn't like the most interesting part of what made the Mandalorian show awesome. You know, like it really just feels so like different, like in some ways. Obviously, the connection between Din Djarin and Grogu is amazing and incredible and exciting to see. And obviously, you want to see them grow and kind of get into trouble. And they do some of that, but it also kind of falls flat at times. And it's very just jarring because, like, if you've watched the show, you come off of 3 seasons of incredible television, minus like two or three episodes in season 3 that we all know about. And you love the Mandalorian and the lore behind the Mandalorians, and it's just upsetting that I guess Jon Favreau didn't, and Dave and Filoni didn't want to include any connection to the show that they built, which is weird. And I understand that you want to bring newcomers in and you want to bring in new fans and all that kind of stuff, and not have them feel like, I guess, left out, you know, not knowing all this lore. But I feel like you're doing a disservice because the show's phenomenal. Let them go watch the show, let them absorb that, and let them kind of enjoy it and come into the movie excited. And that way you can connect the movie to the show and kind of bring an extra lore and maybe even like hints to the future for Ahsoka season 2. Anything would have been like what fans really wanted, and in the end we didn't really get that. Now, for me, I definitely still enjoyed the film. I love Grogu, so it was awesome seeing him do his thing towards the end of the film for like that third part. But it kind of feels weird where it almost feels like 2 different movies halfway through, and it's definitely because it just feels like 2 long episodes, extended episodes. And so that's where everyone's definitely getting that feeling of this just should have been season 4. I don't know why we didn't just go that route. And if we're going to make a movie, why don't we just bring in like characters that we like freaking love, you know what I'm saying? Like Ahsoka, anyone. I love Ahsoka, so I'm gonna keep saying Ahsoka. But anything, any Bo-Katan, anything, just any connection. But instead they said, let's just completely just bring in the Anzellans, no one else, and some Hutts, which fine. Whatever, they were all right. Them speaking English also was kind of weird and funny. I thought they were going to speak English the whole time. It was cool to see them speak their own language at the start, but then at one point they transitioned to English, and I'm just kind of like, all right, like, are we, like, I don't know. I think it's kind of like, I don't like when movies kind of treat like the audience like they're dumb, I guess. I don't think that's their intention, but I feel like you're kind of dumbing it down for people. Like, let people read. let kids want to be like, what are they saying, and be excited by cool alien languages. Like, that's what I loved about Star Wars growing up, and that's what I feel like future generations are missing out on, because you're kind of catering to them. Like, oh, they all speak English, easy, done, say less. And I'm like, kids aren't dumb. Kids are definitely able to like pick up on this kind of stuff. Clearly we did growing up, and I feel like that's just, that's really what happened with this film. I feel like, yes, I enjoyed it because I love The Mandalorian and Grogu, huge fan. Like, I obviously have gone a little overboard with all popcorn buckets and everything. It's just kind of one of those things where I hope that in the future they kind of take note about what happened with this film, and they kind of learn from it and hopefully bring us something better. Hopefully bring us the movie that we have been waiting for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? And kind of deliver a Star Wars epic again that we can all like get behind and get excited for. I will say that obviously go see this film, go see how you feel about it for yourself, enjoy it, have fun. If you have kids, obviously go bring them, because they're gonna have fun with the Anzellans and Grogu. I went to the theater yesterday, and believe it or not, my theater was packed, and people laughed every time they were on screen. They enjoyed it. It was pretty awesome, and it reminded me of like that's kind of what the whole point of this is, you know, like for people to enjoy something, to escape the reality that is our lives nowadays. All right, Ludwig's score also was incredible. Obviously, hearing the Mandalorian score on the big screen was epic. The only thing was there's a scene where they kind of stray away from like your typical Star Wars music, and I'm excited. You know, I'm all for trying new things and going a different route every now and then. But it really did take me out of the film also, which I also had an issue with. And I was just kind of like, it just doesn't feel like Star Wars. And it just checked off another thing that felt like, all right, this is why people are mad, right? This doesn't feel like Star Wars at all at times. But I appreciate trying new things. I think maybe in the future they'll do it again and we'll get used to it. But who knows? I don't know. Ludwig's Sword, still amazing though. Go check out the film. Go check it out. I don't know. That's pretty much it. And don't forget to get a popcorn bucket if they still have them, because there were a lot of people there online trying to buy these, and I'm glad I got one because this thing is freaking cool. Look how shiny this is. Anyway, that's it. And that's it for this review. That's it for the Mandalorian and Grogu review. Spoiler free. I don't think I spoiled anything, but anyway, go check it out, watch it, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Let's save the rest for after dinner.